In a bold and unapologetic stand against the entrenched injustices of the global system, African leaders are awakening to the clarion call of Burkina Faso's revolutionary leader, Captain Ibrahim Traoré. From the dusty streets of Ouagadougou to the bustling cities of Lusaka, a seismic shift is underway, a movement rooted in the unyielding demand for justice, dignity, and self-reliance. African nations are no longer content to be pawns in a world order that exploits their people and plunders their resources. Leading this charge is Zambia's President Hakainde Hichilema, whose recent shocking demand for the European Union, EU, and the United Kingdom, UK, to refund African nations for non-refunded visa application fees has sent ripples across the continent and beyond. This is not just a policy stance. It is a declaration of war against exploitative practices that have long bled Africa dry. President Hichilema's bold declaration has laid bare a scandal that has long festered in the shadows of global bureaucracy. In 2024, African countries collectively hemorrhaged a staggering $67.5 million, approximately 60 million euros, in non-refunded Schengen visa fees, with an additional $59 million siphoned off by the UK's visa system. These figures are not just numbers. They represent the hopes, aspirations, and hard-earned savings of African citizens, many of whom face rejection rates as high as 40–50% for Schengen visas, particularly in nations like Ghana, Senegal, and Nigeria. It is unacceptable that our citizens lose significant sums of money on unsuccessful applications, Hichilema thundered in a statement that reverberated across the continent. His demand for a fairer system, one where fees are refunded for rejected applications, is a direct challenge to a global order that has profited from Africa's marginalization for far too long. This is not just about money. It is about justice, dignity, and the right of Africans to be treated as equals on the world stage. Imagine what $70 million could do for Africa. Picture schools rising in rural villages, hospitals equipped with state-of-the-art facilities, roads connecting communities, and industries buzzing with local talent. Imagine an Africa where leaders reject the beggar's mentality, where they stop chasing foreign aid at endless summits and instead invest in the boundless potential of their own people. Hichilema's call is a rejection of the status quo, a refusal to accept a system that exploits African dreams while offering nothing in return. It is a rallying cry for leaders to look inward, to harness the continent's wealth of talent, resources and ingenuity, and to build a future where Africa stands tall, unapologetic and unafraid. At the forefront of this revolution is Captain Ibrahim Traoré, the 37-year-old leader of Burkina Faso, whose fearless vision is transforming his nation and inspiring a continent. Traoré is not just a leader, he is a symbol of defiance, a man who has dared to challenge both Western and Eastern powers and chart a path of radical self-reliance. His message is clear and uncompromising. Africa's talent must stay home. No longer will the continent's brightest minds be lured away to Israel, Germany, Saudi Arabia, or other nations, only to face exploitation, discrimination, or worse. In a speech that shook the foundations of African leadership, Traoré declared, "The imperialist has always drawn several talents from here through scholarships and they never return home. I do not want this brain to end up abroad and not serve the country." His words were a scathing rebuke of leaders who have allowed Africa's youth to be siphoned off by promises of a better future abroad, only to see them risk their lives crossing treacherous seas or endure dehumanizing treatment in foreign lands.